In this lesson, we will see how to play audio files with HTML directly on the browser without any additional plugins. Before, we had to use plugins like Flash to achieve that. But thanks to HTML5, now we have a new audio API and we can play the audio file without any plugin. Similar to the video element, we have the audio element. The most important attribute in the audio element is the controls attribute. The controls attribute is a Boolean attribute, so it only has a true and a false value. And the controls attribute is used to display controls on the player, like play, pause, and volume. Here we don't have quit and hate attributes, because we will only listen and we won't watch. So we don't have a picture, only sound. The audio element is a pair element, and inside the audio element we will insert the source element, like the video tag source element. The source element is an empty element, and inside it we will set the path to the sound or music file. In the source element, we have two important attributes, the src attribute and the type attribute. In the src attribute, we will set the path to the sound or music file, and in the type attribute, we will set the type of the file, same as with the video element. So let's load the file that will be played. On my left side, I have an audio folder which contains 3 different formats of the same file, which is called sound. So let's load the MP3 version of the audio file, and in the type attribute, let's type audio/mph. This will tell the engine that this file is an MP3 file. Same as the video element, where different browsers supported different video formats, where we could insert multiple source elements with different formats of the same file. Same with the audio element, we have different support of the audio format in different browsers, so we can insert multiple source elements with multiple versions of the same audio file. For example, the Internet Explorer only supports MP3 files. The Safari browser supports MP3 and web audio. The Opera browser doesn't support MP3, but it does support WAV and OGG. Yes, OGG is a video and audio format at the same time. And again, Chrome and Firefox support all the formats, including MP3, WAV, and OGG. With one little drawback: on Firefox, where the MP3 format is supported only on Vista and above, Windows XP and below are not supported. And here I have loaded 3 different formats of the same audio file, and I've set the appropriate type, same as the video source element. If you don't have the video or audio in different formats, you can download any video or audio converter, which most of them are free online. Also, make sure to insert a text between the opening and the closing audio tag. This text is shown when the browser doesn't support the audio element. So if that happens, instead of the audio player, the user will get the message that the HTML5 audio is not supported by your browser. So remember, the audio element represents the audio player. The source elements represent the audio files that will be played. First, it will try to play the first audio file. If it isn't supported, it will try to play the second audio file. If that file isn't supported either, it will try to play the last file. Don't worry, one of these files must be compatible, and the file won't be loaded 3 times. It will only load after the compatible file is selected. And lastly, if the audio element is not supported by the browser, instead of the audio player, it will show the message that HTML5 audio is not supported by your browser. So let's try and run the page in the browser. So here we have our audio player, which looks the same as the video player. The only difference is that here we don't have a picture. And now when we click play, the music is played. And we have different controls like the progress bar, the time, and the volume, so we can increase it or decrease it. So now you know how to play audio files in the HTML without installing any plugins. So now you are ready to create your audio station on the web. So that's all for this tutorial lesson about the audio element.